Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Yeah, I'd love to meet with him or talk to him.
President Donald Trump says the US had good and productive discussions with Vladimir Putin and asked the Russian president to spare the lives of thousands of surrendered Ukrainian troops. Russia says there is cautious optimism over a ceasefire deal with Ukraine, but there is a lot ahead to be done. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine does not want to play games with war, adding Putin cannot exit this war because that would leave him with nothing. Elsewhere, Russia says it's continuing to retake parts of its Kursk region, which Ukraine invaded last year. A Russian national has been sentenced to life imprisonment by a Finnish court for committing war crimes in eastern Ukraine in 2014. Vojislav Tordin, a senior member of a Russian far-right mercenary group, was found guilty of 4 charges by a court in the Finnish capital Helsinki. Tordin denies the allegations. It marks the first time charges have been brought and heard in a Finnish court over allegations of war crimes in Ukraine.
I, Mark Carney, do solemnly and sincerely swear that I shall be a true and faithful servant to His Majesty King Charles III as a member of His Majesty's Privy Council for Canada. I will, in all things, to be treated, debated and resolved in Privy Council.
Mark Carney has been sworn in as Canada's new Prime Minister at a ceremony in the nation's capital, at Ottawa's Rideau Hall III, as well as his heirs and successors. Ministers have also been sworn in the Prime Minister's new cabinet. An 8-year-old child who was raped in Bangladesh has died of her injuries, setting off fierce protests around the country. The attack happened while she was visiting her elder sister's house in the city of Magura, sometime between the night of the 5th of March and the following morning. The elder sister's 18-year-old husband, along with his parents and brother, have been arrested and placed on remand. On Thursday night, after hearing news of the child's death, an angry mob descended on the house where the incident is alleged to have taken place, setting it on fire. There has been flooding and landslides in parts of northern Italy as red alerts cover cities including Florence and Pisa. Torrential rain prompted the alerts for parts of Tuscany, with heavy and persistent rainfall expected into the afternoon on Friday. Tuscany's president said local rescue and health services were on high alert and advised residents to exercise the utmost attention and caution. Almost a month's worth of rain fell in Florence on Friday morning, while landslides and mudslides were reported in Bologna, where some residents were evacuated on Thursday evening ahead of heavy rain overnight. No casualties have so far been reported, and the city said the worst of the flooding had passed by mid-morning.
Just caught a baby wombat.
A US influencer who briefly snatched a baby wombat from its distressed mother and uploaded the footage to social media has left Australia. Anger erupted across Australia after Sam Jones posted a video of her taking a baby wombat from the side of a road while laughing and running away from the distraught mother wombat.
Let's let him go.
No, he's right.
The video also shows the baby wombat hissing in distress before Jones then returns it to the bush. And passengers on an American Airlines flight were evacuated onto the tarmac of an airport in Colorado as a fire broke out on the plane, sending smoke billowing into the air. Footage of the evacuation showed passengers huddled on the wing of the Boeing airliner, some holding bags, with flames burning near the bottom of the plane. The US Federal Aviation Administration said passengers used inflatable slides to reach the ground. There were no reports of serious injuries, although the airport later confirmed 12 people were taken to hospital with minor injuries.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.